I could please turn to Ms. Thunberg. Thank you so much, Ms. Thunberg, for joining us, and thank you, Chairman, for convening her with us. Ms. Thunberg, you know, one of the questions that people in my district, especially among young people, might have is, if they are a young person and they don't know what to do in terms of fighting climate change, what would you, on this Earth Day, happy Earth Day, by the way, what would you advise them to do in a very practical way?
Thank you for a question. Well, first of all, I would say that it is not up to them to do the work. They are not the ones who are the ones who have contributed to this crisis the most, and the responsibility doesn't fall on their shoulders. But of course, I understand that many want to take action, and of course, everyone has a responsibility. So then I would say that, I mean, there are countless of ways to get involved. I would say maybe the most important one is to become aware of the actual crisis that we are facing, to educate yourself, to read as much as you can, because once you fully understand the crisis, then you will know what you can do yourself as well. And also to be an active democratic citizen. It is our moral duty as citizens of democracies to stand up and to make our voices heard. Democracy is not just on election day, it is every hour of every day of the year. And we need to make our voices heard, because if enough people stand up together and collectively put pressure on the people in power, like yourselves, then change will come, because we young people are the future, and the people are the ones who have the power, even if it may not seem like that all the time.
Ms. Thunberg, thank you for your advocacy. I apologize for pronouncing your last name incorrectly. My last name is very interesting, so I say that my last name gets me on a first name basis with everyone. But that being said, you can call me Raja, but Ms. Thunberg, let me ask you this. In all of your advocacy efforts, what has surprised you the most in terms of either the response that you've received or in any other regard?
I don't know, maybe the fact that people are actually open for change. I thought that people didn't want change and that we were just stuck in our old habits. But after having talking to people, both people in the fossil fuel industry and people, just everyday people, young people, it had made me realize that people are actually more open for change than we realize. So that is something that has surprised me more than I would have thought.
You know, a lot of people in our country, in the United States, actually have jobs in the fossil fuel industries, whether it's the oil industry or the natural gas industry. And a lot of those workers want to know what the future holds for them, given that we do have to fight man-made climate change and we do have to transition to a renewable energy economy. What would you say to them? Because they obviously are fearful about the future and taking care of their families and having a job that puts food on the table and so forth.
Of course, and who can blame them? I mean, everyone, that's natural that we care for ourselves and that we want to be able to feed our families. So, of course, this is definitely not their fault. The least of all their fault. They cannot be left behind. That is among the top priorities, that we actually leave no one behind. And that's what the climate crisis is all about. That's what climate justice means. It means justice for the people who are most affected, but it also means that no one is left behind. And of course, I'm not a politician. I'm not even from the US, so I can't speak exactly on that, but that's basically all I can say. And people think that we climate and environmental and human rights activists are against people in the fossil fuel industry, but that couldn't be more wrong. I mean, we are fighting for everyone. Climate justice is social justice. We can't achieve climate justice without social justice. So that's what it all comes down to. That's why we are doing this, because we care about human lives.
Thank you so much. My time has expired, but thank you for your service.